Ayla's Interrogation, Part 1.
Carlton, I'm here to ask you a couple questions. Now, I'm just going to have you state your name for the record.
Ayla Marie Birchfield.
And what were you doing Monday night, the 9th?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, you better think fast, because this thing's going to get heated.
I was at marching band practice.
Do you really want me to check with your director there?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
But
And from what times does marching band practice go?
6:30 to 8.
Okay, is there any chance that you were at the school before that?
No. Yes. Show choir.
Show choir. Oh, so now there's another thing. When time does show choir go?
5 to 6.
And before that?
I was at home.
Doing
alone.
what?
Homework?
I feel like you don't exactly know the answers.
Maybe
so are you trying to lie to me or what's going on?
No. Do you have the right credentials?
Do you want me to show you my credentials? I've got my credentials right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you better get serious, Missy. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Okay.
Why, under any circumstances, would your fingerprints be found at the crime scene?
Well, I go to school here.
Do you need me to check for that too?
If you want to.
Okay. And do you know where the crime scene is?
In the lab.
That hasn't been released to public yet. Why would you know this?
Because I snoop.
Ayla's Interrogation, Part 2.
If you were home doing homework, as you say you are, did you, or does anyone, have an alibi for being at the school from 3 to 5?
I don't know.
You don't know. Was there anyone at home with you?
No.
Been there. Now, Ayla, tell me about your plans for post-secondary education.
I'm going to college to be a medical examiner.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
How long have you known you wanted to be a medical examiner?
For 3 years.
It's a lot of time to think about dead bodies.
Dun dun dun.
Ayla's Interrogation, Part 3.
So, medical examiner, what exactly do they do?
They determine the cause of death.
Can you determine the cause of death for Miss Kelley?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know what happened.
How can you say that you don't know what happened? I know you were there! You have no alibi to prove this.
But I also don't have an alibi for being there because you have no evidence that I was there.
See this? That's a fingerprint. That's a fingerprint that I can get from anything in that lab whenever I want.
I'm also a chemistry student and I'm in there all the time. Miss Kelley is one of my favorite teachers, so I wouldn't kill her because then who would I have to talk about dead bodies with?
Looks like she planned out that answer a little bit too hard. Because guess what I know that you don't? Guess.
No.
The lab was cleaned after 3rd period, so there's no way that your fingerprints could have gotten on it before we investigated the crime scene. Unless she was there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Care to elaborate, Miss Ayla?
No.
Ayla's Interrogation, Part 4. Or 5. Probably 4, I think.
You're one of the most uncooperative patients I've ever had to talk to. Don't make that face at me. I know you're not a patient. Playing mind games here. You think this is a game? Really? This hair isn't a game. I can't do this.
Now Ayla's interrogation, part 6 or 5.
I think that's about all we need. I think we're done here. Thank you for your forced cooperation, Ayla.
Now it is on to suspect Rudd. This man was very uncooperative. And there's only one part, thankfully.
I'm Detective Wesson. Can you please state your name?
Mr. Rudd.
All right. Is it true you work here at Sultan High School?
Well, work is a relative term, but yes, I do reside here as an employee.
All right. And you're a history teacher?
Some say that.
Okay. And where do you work in regards to Miss Kelley?
Miss Kelley works across the hall, but again, I don't know if she works. That's where her classroom is.
So are you implying that Miss Kelley does not work?
I didn't say that. Is that what you were saying?
Alrighty. So, you've been happy lately since her disappearance. Is that true?
Since my disappearance?
Her disappearance.
Well, yeah,
And why is that?
because she gets all these awards and it makes everybody else look bad.
Are you angry with her because she got your son, or she made your son want a snake?
Well, who wouldn't? Now I have to buy dead mice for that thing so it will eat. And it doesn't eat. She had him buy a defective snake. And they're not cheap, you know. I'm a teacher.
All right.
I don't make a lot of money. Minimum wage doesn't go as far as it used to.
Okay, so where were you on the night of May 9th,
What day of the week was it?
a Monday?
How do you know that?
Because that's when her body was found in...
She's dead?
Obviously, that's why you're here!
I don't know these things. Where was I? Monday the 9th. What time?
Between the hours of 3 and 4:30 p.m.
I was packing.
Were you alone?
Yes,
So you have no alibi.
I was packing.
But you don't have an alibi for anybody to confirm that you were packing at your house. You were alone.
I suppose not.
Okay, so were you in the lab at all that day?
I don't even know where the lab is.
You were lying. We have evidence. We have your chest hair in the lab.
How do you have my chest hair in the lab?
I don't know. Why
Was I
don't you
getting
tell
a
me?
wax?
I don't know.
Maybe someone stole it and is framing me.
They stole your chest hair and put it in the lab to frame you.
Haven't you ever seen what they did to OJ?
No. Alrighty.
That's what I think. That's the only way that my chest hair... My chest hair? What about the hair on top of my head?
You don't have any. You're bald.
Well, that's a good point.
We have new technologies that can tell where the hair comes from, and it came from your chest.
Okay, so
So we found your chest hair in the lab.
maybe I'm shedding.
Just like your son's snake?
Yes, exactly.
Right. So you can't be that angry because you and the snake are more alike.
I'm not angry.
So if that's all the evidence we have against you.
Can I leave now?
No. What do you have to say about that? Is that it?
Well, I was packing. I had nothing to do with this.
Do you have somebody who can confirm that you were packing?
The boxes.
No neighbors? No other coworkers?
Maybe somebody driving by might have seen me loading boxes.
Okay.
I don't know. I could put something on Craigslist and find out.
All right. Well, right now this is all the evidence we have for you. So I guess you're
That
free
means
to go.
I'm
because
free
we
to
can't
go.
hold you.
No, you can't.
So,
The next time I want a lawyer.
well, maybe you should have said that in the beginning. We're done here.
Now it is on to Bryce Weaver, the fiancé of Carissa Kelley.
Hello, name is Detective Carlton, and I would like to ask you a couple questions. Can you state your name for the record?
Bryce Weaver.
Now, what was your relation to the victim?
She was my fiancée.
How long were you guys together?
2 years.
2 years. Wow, that's a lot of time. So you must be pretty down right now, huh?
Pretty devastated.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about this tragedy. So it's my job to get down to the bottom of it, and so your cooperation is going to be necessary, all right? Can you work with me on this? All right, so one of my first questions is, how often did you go and visit your wife, or your fiancée, I'm sorry, pardon me, at the school?
About 4 times a week.
4 times? Okay, so that's pretty frequent, I'd say, for a significant other to come to a workplace. In that time, did you ever help Miss Kelley with any of her experiments or anything in the lab?
I moved a couple equipments when cleaning up her experiments.
Okay, okay. Now let's see. Did you know that Miss Kelley was making cocaine?
No, I did not know at all.
You didn't? Not even now before this question?
Not even now.
Wow. Okay, well, that's kind of a hard thing to deal with. I'm sorry you had to hear about that, but, are you sure that you didn't know?
Positive.
Okay, good.
And now, Bryce Weaver's interrogation, part 2.
Alright, now, are you aware that it is, illegal to litter in the state of Washington?
Yes, I do.
And so why, under any circumstances, would you spit out chewed gum in a school lab?
Well, I didn't spit it out on the floor. It was I stuck it under the desk.
Really? Really? Okay. Are you sure that that happened?
Pretty sure.
Now, when exactly would you say that you put the gum there?
I'd say around, I don't know, 4:15.
4:15. 4:15 of what day?
It would be May 9th.
May 9th. Are you aware that that is the day that your wife was murdered?
No.
Well, that puts you at the place of the
And the interrogation of Bryce Weaver, part 3.
places you at the scene of the crime. So, at 4:15, why exactly were you in the lab?
Well, I went in just to patch up some clothing and I left.
How long would you say you were in there?
5 minutes tops.
5 minutes. Well, since we checked the area, we found some fibers in there, so that could line up. So, I'd say you're pretty believable. I don't think we have any room to suspect you any longer. Thank you for your time, sir.
Ryan Monger's interrogation, part 1.
I'm Detective Wesson. Will you please state your name?
Nah.
Please state your name, sir.
Bartholomew H. Karate Kid.
That is not your real name. Your real name is Ryan Monger. Is it true you are a science teacher at Sultan High School?
Yes.
And you have to share the lab with Ms. Kelley?
Yes.
Are you aware that she has died on May 9th? Monday. Oh, you seem so surprised. All right. And you've been using the lab a lot more since she has disappeared. Why is that?
Actually, I haven't set foot in the lab in like 3 months.
Okay. And is it true you left for maternity leave?
Yep.
And what kind of baby is it? A boy or girl?
It's an alligator baby.
All right.
It's a girl. A lovely little girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
About
since
time you
Miss...
said something nice to me.
Okay. So since Miss Kelley's disappearance, are you aware that we have a lot of evidence against you?
Against me?
Yeah. Did you kill her?
No.
You didn't kill her.
No.
Are you sure? Because we found your blood, your hair, your fiber, your prints, all over the lab.
My blood?
Your blood,
What blood type was it?
It was. AB.
No, you got the wrong blood. I'm O positive.
That's your blood, AB. Right there, we did the test and it came out as your blood.
That's not what my
You
mom
need to
told
stop
me.
lying. So is it true you caught Miss Kelley making cocaine in the lab?
Cocaine? I wish.
And you got mad because she found you extracting your own caffeine?
Extracting my own caffeine. That sounds boring, eh?
And Ryan Monger's interrogation, part 2.
Miss Kelley.
Look, Miss Wesson, I'm a bit sick and tired of all your asinine questions. You just get to the point of this investigation.
I just got to the point. Why did you kill Miss Kelley? We have all this evidence.
Man, I don't even know Miss Kelley. Never heard of her.
You just admitted earlier that you worked with her. How do you not know her?
No, that's Mrs. Kelley.
She's not married yet.
Are you talking about Miss Kelley or Mrs. Kelley?
Miss Kelley, the same woman that we were talking about in the beginning.
I'm confused.
We found your blood. We found your fingerprints.
No, you
we found your
found-
hair. We found your fiber. We found out that you extract caffeine in the lab. And you didn't kill her?
Was the hair a beautiful golden blonde?
Yes, it was.
That could be my hair.
Yeah. So we have all this evidence against you, and you're saying you didn't do it.
Wait, which Kelley are you talking about?
Carissa Kelley.
Miss or Miss?
Miss.
Or Mrs.?
Miss.
Or Mr.? Mr.
Miss.
Kelley?
Miss.
Miss Kelley. Yeah, I killed Miss Kelley.
Why did you do that?
Good question. She talks too much.
That's not very justifiable, but I guess you're going to jail.
Jail?
Thank
Sweet.
you, Ryan Monger.
Can you sleep in jail?
No.
No? You
Put you out
can't sleep in jail?
We'll put you out in the backyard.
Are 32-year-olds in jail?
No.
Oh, jail's gonna be sick.
And Ryan Monger's arrest.
Mr. Monger, you are under arrest for the murder of Carissa Kelley, and I'm going to have to take you into custody at this time. Anything? Oh no, this is for your natural cause. No, Mr. Bodyguard. Money's not gonna help us. Oh, anybody there who will and can be held against you in the court of law. The more you don't. You've already confessed to this, so you're gonna have to come with us. I'm sorry.
And that is the end to our investigation. Hope you enjoyed this really, really lovely video.